Happy May, guys! So today I am participating in a virtual foodie event. This is my first virtual foodie event. I had one virtual event last week, actually two last week, but this is my first time doing a virtual food one. So they sent over some food for me and then some instructions on how to prepare them, and then we'll be joining them on Zoom as they walk us through everything, which is exciting. So the company holding the event is VOC Events, and they partner up with different restaurants to hold these virtual events. This one in particular was with Boat King of Thai noodles, which was so delicious. I'm definitely going to be ordering from them again.
So he's my boss. Yeah, look like my brother now. So the more we work together, so we look alike. Yeah. Oh yeah, he just recently dyed his hair blonde.
So we just finished up our first virtual foodie experience. I enjoyed it. It was nice to like talk to people and try the dishes while they spoke to us. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was good.
Nice.
Everything here is
I'm
good.
full.
Well, I was letting you.
Ugh. Honestly, every single day in this quarantine state so far, I've thought about cutting a bit of a bang almost every single day. So I think I'm just gonna do it at this point. I mean, we're gonna definitely be in quarantine for at least another probably month at least. So that'll give it time to grow out if it happens to end badly. I'm trying to find my cutting shears, but I can't find them. Is this God telling me that I shouldn't do this? Found them. God can't stop me today. Alright, so here we are. I don't love it, but I also don't hate it. It's definitely a different look. I think once I shower and like arrange and blow dry my hair properly, it will fall into place a little bit better. And once it grows out, it starts to kind of like lay in its place a little bit better. So yeah, I like the look of more PC thin bangs, but I kind of feel like it makes my face look a lot wider. And that wasn't the goal that I was going for. I was hoping that it was gonna make my face look actually slimmer by like covering my face a little bit more. I can still push my hair back, so you know, it just layers my face a little bit more. But then if I want bangs, I can pull them forth and style them in a way that makes sense. I don't know, we'll see. I just boiled these eggs in my Instapot. It is a game changer. It's so much faster and easier to do it in an Instapot than to like sit there at the stove waiting for shit to boil. Oh my god. So I washed my hair for the first time since doing the bangs, so it was kind of like a reset when it comes to where they sit, because prior when I did cut them, it was like already dried in a side part. So this time when I showered, I just let it go into more of a middle part so that my bangs get used to going on either side a little bit more. I don't know, I'm kind of like getting used to it, and I think it looks especially good when I have my hair tied up, which is perfect because during this quarantine state I am tying up my hair almost every single day because I just like don't care to have it down. So when I tie it up now, let me show you guys quickly. Getting so many calendar notifications. When I tie it up, I have like a bit of a bang, and I feel like it looks way cuter than like my full forehead stitch. So okay, that's done. I'm done talking about my hair now. Air fryer update. So yesterday we tried making crispy chicken sandwiches in the air fryer, and it didn't really turn out because there was a lot of like flour and stuff left on top of the chicken that the air fryer just couldn't, like, I don't know, fry in a sense. But we tried again today and it worked way better. So there's a bunch of different tips that I learned from a different recipe that really made it work. Let me show you guys. Look at that, crispy. Awesome, delicious. So I think the things that really changed it was playing around with the cook times a little bit and the temperatures. That's what's hard because you don't fully know like what temperature or cook time to use. And then secondly, spraying oil on top of the chicken and the breading before doing it, because I didn't spray oil on it yesterday and I just felt like, you know, nothing was really like cooking. So this time I made sure to spray oil on it so that the heat had something to really like crisp up. And then thirdly, shaking off the excess flour. Yesterday when we didn't shake off the excess flour, but so that's why we had a lot of like flour residue on top of our chicken that we actually had to just pan fry with oil. But today's recipe, it specified like important to shake off the flour, which we did, and they turned out way better. We didn't have to pan fry it. It worked just fine in the air fryer. So I'm happy with it so far. So you'll definitely be seeing me do a lot of virtual events this month. I have another one today. This one is with Viviscal and Topics, and I actually already am a fan of the Topics product. It's for basically hair fibers where you know you need more volume and fullness in your hair. I used it a lot when I didn't have bangs, and I would pull my hair back, and you see how like far my scalp goes? I have like no more hairs over here. I'm getting old, I'm losing hair. Now my bangs cover it a bit, but yeah. I even have some friends who have like some bald spots that they use this for as well. They also sent over some Viviscal products here. So the shampoo, the tablets, and the serum, and I want to use the whole thing. I'm going to try out the whole thing, see if it makes a difference in my hair, their whole system. Yeah, to see if that helps.
Someone's getting a little hype about some chicken wings.
Look at
some smelly, full, delicious chicken wings.
Ooh.
Let me get out of the light there.
Oh, you like that, huh?
Shine bright like a diamond.
You like that, huh? I'm doing that thing again where I take one thing to do. So I want to just sort out all my gift cards that I have. And then all of a sudden, you know, I'm taking out everything to sort out. All this random stuff to sort out, and then all these bags that are on my drawer to sort out. Oh my goodness, it's happening again, guys. You saw it in my last vlog, it's happening again. So Ty and I are trying for the very first time to make an apple pie. Apple crumble pie, actually, to be exact. Looks like a mountain right now. Apple mountain is what it is.
Are you sure it's a pie? Maybe it's pie with mountain.
Let's see how this goes. Yummy, yum, that yummy, yum, that yummy, yummy. Okay, you want to check on it?
Check it out, dude. Let's check it out.
Dude,
oh my god, apple crumble pie. Oh my god, what a creation.
It's gonna fog up, it's gonna fog up. I feel like it's just so wet still.
Look at that apple crumble at the top. It's too juicy inside, the gooey brown sugar. And I think it has to do with the fact that Sylvia wanted to add a little bit more sugar. Maybe that's why, you know. Let's touch test. Okay, the crumble looks good.
Should we let's just turn it off and then
let it sit in
wait,
there.
turn it around because I feel like the other side looks more brown. Whoa.
Watch out, it'll slide out, yeah. Don't burn yourself. Gooey goodness.
Okay, let's just close it and then turn off the stove and let it sit in there.
I need to clean that freaking screen.
Okay, looking good. It's super juicy. All the stuff was bubbling out of there. Hopefully when we take it out it looks okay.
Those are caramelized and good. I do remember in the cooking channel some people used to cook their apples before. And then,
oh yeah, they like,
and then,
yeah, I know what you
and
mean.
then put it in and
Yeah,
let
I've
it
seen
bake
that.
for a little bit less. And yes, we're using a rice cooker as a server.
Yeah, I don't think the pastry is cooked enough. It feels really soft.
Hey, lift it up. So the crust we're trying to check, and it looks like it may be undercooked.
I think it's slightly undercooked.
We're gonna taste test it right now.
Okay. Honestly, nowadays I like never do really a full face and hair and makeup and all that kind of stuff. So every time I do that, when I like want to shoot some stuff here and there, I am so shocked. It's like I almost forgot that I could look like this. I didn't know it was possible, but I can look cute if I want to. I don't have to look like a 12-year-old Chinese boy all the time. Guys, I tried that trick where if you have a pimple, turn it into a fake beauty mark, and I think it looks pretty cute. Definitely looks better than having a pimple on your face, that's for sure. All right, y'all, so it's Sunday of a long weekend. I will be running out of groceries probably by mid this week, so I'm gonna start planning the rest of my meals. And yeah, for right now what we have on the docket is some rice wraps. I love rice wraps. They're just so easy to make and like delicious, especially with peanut sauce. Some steak and veg, some bông thịt nướng, which is like Vietnamese noodle bowls. And then yeah, I have some other things. I'm thinking of making some japchae or udon or peanut soba or ramen noodles. So I'm gonna start planning that out. Okay, I'm gonna leave it, okay? And you can't have it until I come back. Got it? Okay, leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Wait till mommy's back, okay? I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Stay there. I'll be back in a few minutes. Leave it. Leave it.
Get it.
So I learned this trick on the internet on how to keep herbs fresher for longer, because herbs go bad so fast. Basically, you put them in a paper towel, make sure they're dry, and then you wrap them up real good and then put them in a plastic bag. And also, Ty and I are going to try to grow our own mint at home with seeding one of these things. So I'm going to pick a good one. This one looks good. And I'm going to just peel off these bottom leaves here, because you only need to keep the top leaves. I don't know how much of the top we're supposed to keep. Let's just keep only the very top because I want to eat these. Okay, and I'm going to trim off the bottom a little bit. Alright, let's give this a try. Got a little jar, and then you just put it in. Oh wait, this is too long. Hold on, I need to cut it a bit more. Like if I have it like in this area. Alright, I hope this works so that we don't have to buy mint all the time and then have it go bad really quickly. Keep y'all updated. So I realized that I haven't really given you guys an update on wedding planning and really what it's like planning a wedding during COVID-19, a friggin' global pandemic, and what that's about. And this is not to take away the hardships of people who were supposed to get married during this time, you know, since COVID has happened, because I can only begin to imagine the amount of stress and probably tears that you guys have been through. I can't imagine like planning a whole wedding and then basically having to redo it all because your wedding out of your own control isn't able to happen. That'd be so stressful. Even for me, my wedding's not until next year. However, I'm actually not 100% confident that my wedding would actually still happen or be able to happen in the way that I want it to happen. My wedding will probably be somewhere between 160 to 180 people, and I'm actually not 100% confident that they're gonna lift the limitations for gatherings by July of next year, because if we do get a vaccine at the very earliest, it'll be like probably right before or in July. So who knows, you know, what that's going to look like. I don't know if I would want to go forth with the wedding that I didn't envision. I probably would just try to postpone it and, you know, evaluate what the situation is there. In the meantime though, it has been kind of difficult in a sense where I haven't been able to plan things the way that I wanted to. So originally I had planned, you know, my main stuff to begin with, and then the other stuff I was like, okay, I'll slowly, you know, book the rest of the vendors throughout this year. However, since a lot of people are moving their weddings from this year to next year, a lot of the vendors are starting to book up, and it's stressing me out a lot because I already had my initial hairstylist that I wanted. She was already booked up, and my initial musician that I wanted was also already booked up. So yeah, it was stressing me out and making me pretty nervous, because then I felt all of a sudden like all the stress to start booking everything and making sure that everything was booked, when like mentally I wasn't thinking of doing that, so it wasn't on my mind. So I had to go do all the research and do all the bookings for all the stuff that we had left over. I at this point pretty much have everything booked except for hair, and then also just having to discuss these types of clauses with these vendors that they've never had to deal with before. So I've been asking them, you know, how are they dealing with their current clients that are having to postpone because of COVID, just so I can understand, you know, how they're treating their clients, and then in the contract asking them to add clauses that would allow me to postpone without a fee or without extra charges if COVID continues to happen into next year. And I know it's really hard for them too. Like, I understand, I'm a small business myself, and it's also kind of a shitty situation right now because I was planning to go wedding dress shopping a little bit over a year. Well, I was supposed to actually go in March, literally like the one weekend that everything started shutting down. And obviously I wanted my parents to be there and my maid of honor to be there, just to make the experience, like, you know, the experience that most girls dream of when it comes to their wedding. But I don't know if that's going to happen. I think some bridal boutiques are actually allowed to open this week, as long as they keep the appointments to one appointment at a time and a smaller group. But at the same time, I'm like, ugh, do I want to risk my parents, you know, coming down Toronto, because they're gonna have to come down here, and then put them in front of, you know, other people? And half of me is like, oh, I'm okay with going to the bridal boutique as long as the protocols are in place and as long as we're the only ones there. But then I'm like, do I want to put my parents in danger? Like, if they were to get sick, God forbid, I would totally feel awful knowing that, oh, I just wanted them to come dress shopping with me and that's why they got sick. So those things run through my mind a lot. I haven't seen my parents since January, so it's been almost half a year now, and I miss them a lot. So yeah, if this goes on a little bit longer, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to have that like dress shopping experience that I would have loved to have, but hopefully in the next few weeks things will get better. Anyways, I always feel so like selfish talking about these things, because obviously there are way bigger issues in the world right now. But, you know, I do want to let you guys in on what I am currently dealing with, not to minimize anyone else's issues. I don't want to sound like a brat or that I'm like super out of touch with everything. I know that there's a lot more important things happening right now, but want to give you guys what the reality of, you know, my life situation is right now. So Ty and I finished our apple pie from the other day, which was delicious, by the way. Honestly, it was kind of like a lot of hard work though. Like, especially the pie crust.
Yeah, to roll it out and then...
Yeah. I mean, we could buy a frozen pie crust, but you know. Anyway, so now we've moved on to making a Rice Krispie square. It's just about ready. And we can cut it up and it'll be delicious. Dude, this dessert train is non-stop, and I have definitely gained weight since being in quarantine. So I'm trying something different for lunch today. Usually I just have like, you know, my lunch and then I'll snack throughout the day, which I didn't used to do pre-quarantine, but now that I'm at home I just snack a lot more. So to try to curb my snacking habit, I've turned lunch into a snack platter so that I can like eat slowly between now and the next like hour or two. But then my snacking is really like my lunch meal, so I'm not eating twice per se, but instead eating what I would for lunch over a period of time so that I'm not snacking later. Guys, oh my god, I have been, you know, wait, did I tell you guys the other day that I'm trying to grow mint? So basically first you have to put it in water and let it grow some like roots and stuff like that, and then you can plant or pot it. But for the past few days I'm like, oh, nothing's fucking happening, blah blah blah. Even this morning when I checked, there was still nothing there. It just looked like, okay, ignore that one. It just looked like this one right here. This one's newer. This one I put in like I think a day or two ago. The other one I put in maybe like 4 days ago, 5 days ago. But it looked like this. Nothing was growing out of it. This morning, I checked both this morning. And now, just now, look at this, guys. How did this happen in literally just one day? Oh, I'm trying to focus. How did that happen in just one day? See those white little sprouties? That was not there this morning, guys. That was not there this morning. It looks kind of fucking gross and it's actually creeping me out a little bit. But I swear to fucking God, these were not there this morning. I don't know how this happened. Oh my God. I got really excited to check on my sprouts this morning since I saw what happened last night. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, they're starting to sprout so much. In like less than 12 hours. Some of these babies have grown like almost an inch. Okay, it's so hard to focus. Dude, they were all just like tiny little sprouts you guys saw yesterday, like that. Holy! Oh my God, I'm so excited. Let's see if this one has grown anything yet. Nope, not yet. Not yet. I also feel like some of these might be growing new leaves. I don't remember this one being so leafy. Like this one I remember leaving 2 tiers of leaves, but maybe these are some new leaves? I don't know, maybe I'm tripping out. But they definitely look a lot better and last a lot longer in water, so maybe what I'll end up doing when I buy mint these days is just putting them in water right away to keep them fresh, because when I keep them in the fridge they go bad within like 3 days. Look at the way that you're sitting right now, dude. What is this? Are you good? Are you freaking good, dude? Hey, you good, dude? Freaking good? Okay, I am so excited for tonight's dinner because I've been craving dumplings since like the beginning of quarantine. And then I made them in the air fryer so they're gonna be nice and crispy. This is my first time trying to make frozen dumplings in the air fryer. Looks like it turned out well. And then I also made these breaded okra in the air fryer as well. Had some sides like kimchi, seaweed salad, and yeah. I just want to say that I feel like my hair has been thriving in quarantine. Like, I think this is the second longest it's ever been. When it was the longest, it was touching my butt crack, which is here. And it's not too far away from that. Mostly because I haven't been using heat on my hair, which then in turn doesn't give me breakage on my hair. Because I know you guys are going to ask, like, how did your hair grow so fast? Honestly, like, just stop fucking putting heat on it, stop bleaching it, stop coloring it, and it'll do some good for you. So I also told you guys that I'd be starting that Viviscal system, and I've been using it for a few weeks now, and I feel like it's doing something. Like, I think, hold on, let me see if I can give you guys here. Like, I personally think my hair looks fuller, like visually. I don't know if it's helped like growth per se. Like, my hair here just used to look so much thinner. Like, it would just look like this, you know, just really thin. But I do feel like it is looking a lot fuller than it was before. I don't know if it's necessarily helped with like growth, especially in my areas like my bald spot, not my bald spot, my like, you know, more thinning spot here. I don't know if I can tell a huge difference in getting more growth in those areas, but I do feel like it looks more dense visually. I'm gonna continue with it. I still have a few weeks left of the products, so I will continue to let you guys know how that goes. Ty and I have only eaten takeout like, what, maybe 3 times at most? Yeah, since quarantinos. And today we're treating ourselves to sushi. Haven't had sushi for like friggin' so long now, when we usually have sushi like at least once a week. At least. Woo! We ordered takeout from Kaka today. Usually we go there for sushi buffet, but now we're doing takeout. Okay, I've been updating my Instagram a lot with my plant growth, but I haven't updated the vlog. Look how much the sprouts have grown. I think they're pretty much ready to be planted in a planter. Look at that. Hairy sprouts right there. Crazy. And they smell so good. They're thriving. So I bought some new planters on Amazon because the ones that we have don't have drainage to them. And the internet says that you need some drainage for the plants to really thrive. So got some of that. I thought it would be more white, but it's kind of like this like grayish moss color. I don't know, weird. Anyways, well, it's fine. We have 10 more because I'm planning to plant some other things. I want to plant some basil as well. And yeah. I think this is Ty's first time cooking Vietnamese food for me. Some bông.
Gargoong counts.
True. With some pork. This actually smells like Asian flavor and it smells good. I'm so excited. I miss this a lot. I made the Nook Mum though, so that's my contribution. Hey guys, just resting here with little meal. Right, meal? I'm tired. I'm tired too. It's been an emotionally draining past few days for me, so I can't even begin to imagine how draining it must be for Black folks right now with everything that's going on. You know, I know that injustice amongst the Black community has been a massive issue from the very beginning of time. It's very much a systemic racism issue that we have, where all our laws, regulations, you know, power and whatnot have all been built on a very racist system that basically favors other races favors races above others. So, you know, understanding this has always been an issue, and it's not something that's only transpired in the past few days, but I think just like the heat of everything that has been happening the past few days and just the outrage that's been happening and just all these voices being louder has been a very emotionally exhausting time for a lot of people. And granted, it deserves that. It deserves our emotions being put into it, and it deserves the attention that's being put into it. But, you know, it definitely does put a lot of people in just really not bad places. It puts a lot of people in mental places that just aren't the best for them. It's like half of me feels like I just need to step off social media and just, you know, protect my mental space right now. But the other half of me is like, no, I have the privilege to be able to step away from this for a second to protect my energy, when other people don't have that privilege because it is their literal everyday lives that they have to deal with this. So it feels just a little bit selfish sometimes to be like, hey, I just need some space away from this. But, you know, I'm still trying to spread the message as much as I can on the platforms that I have, on Instagram, Twitter. I don't really use Facebook that much, and then on my YouTube, of course, as well. This is something that's not new. I've talked about racism and whatnot on my channels before, so you guys kind of know, you know, where I'm coming from with these things. I'm a lot better writing out my thoughts because I kind of go off on tangents. When I speak about my thoughts, I'm much more concise when I write them. So I would encourage you guys to take a look at my Instagram post. If you guys aren't sure how to talk about it, aren't sure how you're feeling, or if you feel like, you know, you're not a racist, but you're not speaking out, like why that's really, you know, not a good stance to have. Like, you can say that you're not a racist, but if you don't speak up against racism, then you're really just contributing to the systemic problem of racism as is, and you have the privilege to be able to stay out of it or not speak about it. So if that's how you feel, I would encourage you to go read my Instagram post, because I put my thoughts into there a lot more eloquently, I think, but also, you know, reading the thoughts of others, of Black folks' opinions and thoughts. I think those are the ones that are most important, not mine or anything like that. But yes.